tonight's book is called Shiela Rae the Brave, and it's written by Kevin Henkes. He's one of my favorite first grade authors because he writes lots of books that do a great job explaining just what it's like to be in first grade. Let's find out why he called her Shiela Rae the Brave. Shiela Rae wasn't afraid of anything. She's not afraid of that spider.
That's right, it's radioactive spider.
She wasn't afraid of the dark. She wasn't afraid of thunder and lightning. And she wasn't afraid of the big black dog at the end of the block. At dinner, Shiela Rae made believe that the cherries in her fruit cocktail were the eyes of dead bears, and she ate 5 of them. At school, Shiela Rae giggled when the principal walked by. And when her classmate Wendell stole her jump rope during recess, Shiela Rae tied him up until the bell rang. "I am very brave," Shiela Rae said, patting herself on the back. She really thinks a lot of herself. Shiela Rae stepped on every crack in the sidewalk without fear. When her sister Louise said there was a monster in the closet, Shiela Rae attacked it. And she rode her bicycle no-handed with her eyes closed. "Yeah, yeah, Shiela Rae!" her friends yelled, clapping their hands. She really isn't scared of anything. One day, Shiela Rae decided to walk home from school a new way. Louise was too afraid. "You're too brave for me," Louise said. "You're always such a scaredy cat," Shiela Rae called. "I am not," whispered Louise. She's not being very nice to Louise. Shiela Rae started off skipping. "I am brave," she sang. "I am fearless." She stepped on every crack. She walked backwards with her eyes closed. She growled at stray dogs and bared her teeth at stray cats. And she pretended that the trees were evil creatures. She climbed up them and broke their fingers off. Snap, snap, snap. That is not how we treat trees.
Trees makes food.
Shiela Rae walked and walked. She turned corners, she crossed streets, and it suddenly occurred to Shiela Rae that nothing looked familiar.
I mean, she's lost. She's lost.
Shiela Rae heard frightening noises. They sounded worse than thunder. She thought horrible thoughts. They were worse than anything she'd ever imagined. "I am brave," Shiela tried to convince herself. "I am fearless." Doesn't seem like she's so fearless right now.
Toothless.
The sound became more frightening. Thoughts became more horrible, and Shiela Rae sat down on a rock and cried. "Oh," she sniffed. She thought of her mother and her father and Louise. "Mother, Father, Louise," she cried. "Here I am," a voice said. "Louise!" Shiela Rae hugged her sister. "We're lost," Shiela Rae said. "No, we're not," said Louise. "I know the way home. Follow me." Seems like Louise isn't such a scaredy cat anymore. Louise stepped on every crack. She walked backwards with her eyes closed. She growled at stray dogs and bared her teeth at stray cats. And she pretended that trees were evil creatures. She jumped up and broke their fingers off. Snap, snap, snap. Shiela Rae walked quietly behind her. I'll say it again. That's not how we treat trees. I don't like that. They walked and walked. They crossed streets. They turned corners. And soon, their house could be seen between the trees. Shiela Rae grabbed Louise and dashed up the street. When they reached their own yard, at the gate was closed behind them. Shiela Rae said, "Louise, you are brave. You are fearless." "We both are," said Louise, and they walked backwards into the house with their eyes closed. Wow, so Shiela Rae learned that it's not just doing scary things that makes you brave. It's also how you treat other people, and you can become brave. You don't have to be always brave. Louise became brave in this story. Yeah. She helped her friend.